Okay, it is Friday, November 7th, about almost 4 a.m., and I just finished walking my dog, and I had the brilliant idea to drive an hour from my house to where I know Sasquatch live, at this conservation area by my house. Apologize about the lighting. I'm in my car right now, sitting in the middle of the forest. And I thought it'd be a great idea to go do a night investigation by myself where I know they live. Now, I know I did a night investigation recently, but it's not quite to that teepee, but it's not quite the same because I know for 100% certainty that they live here. I don't know if they're here all year round. It's November now, so I don't know if they migrate anywhere. But the other location where I know another clan lives, 100%, they do live there full time. And that's about 2 hours from this location. So my guess is they probably do live here full time because they have everything they need here. Lots of creeks, giant marshes, ponds, which I think that's where they stay by, is the pond. I know it is at the other location. Yeah, so I'm not going to lie. I'm scared shitless. I don't even know if I'm going to get out of the car. When I pulled up, I rolled down my windows, turned off the car, and sat here for a few minutes just to see if I could hear anything coming up towards the car. I did not hear anything. That doesn't mean they're not here. I found a 16-inch track here, and I recorded that on one of my YouTube videos. It was like 3 to 4 inches deep. It was very deep, a huge track with toes and everything. I found tree structures here. I was whooped at once during the day here, as well as they did the barred owl during the day, like 11 a.m. here, really loud. No mistaking it was him. I knew it was him as soon as I heard it. It's just a different decibel level. A barred owl has the same decibel level as a dove. And this was like super loud, super close. Now, I don't know. It's funny, some of the comments you get sometimes. There's always skeptics and stuff, and people thinking you're doing this just for money. And I recently had a comment about that. And I told the guy in the comments that I have made a total of $413 in my 5 years on YouTube. So, no, I'm not in this for the money. I'm not going out here doing night investigations by myself at 4 a.m., knowing they're here, not knowing what the hell they are, if I'm safe, if they're the Nephilim, if they're whatever. I know they're not a dumb ape because A, they'd be in a zoo, in a cage already, and B, I had one speak one word to me one time at a location where I know they live. So these are intelligent beings. They're spiritual. There's definitely a physical side to them. Obviously, they leave tracks. They make sounds. They talk. They whoop. They mimic other animals. They have to, drink water and eat, according to witnesses. So they clearly are physical, but there is a spiritual side to them as well, because I've had 4 cloaking experiences, and that's the scary thing. Okay, I have no expectations of catching them on camera ever, unless they want you to see them. And they're not going to be, if they want you to see them, they're only going to allow you to see them if there's no camera present. Once they see I have a camera, they'll either cloak or they just will stay out of the light, out of the flashlight, just on the outskirts of the light, so you'll never see them. The best I'm hoping for is an encounter with them, whether that's communication through their language or whoops or tree knocks, anything. Oh shit, my lights just went off in the car. Hold on. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to turn the key to turn the lights back on. There we go. One sec. Wait for the beeping. So yeah. Yeah, it's 3:55 a.m. and it is 0 degrees Celsius, so it's pretty cold. Yeah, I'm just trying to work up the courage to get out of the car and start walking in the forest. There's two sides of the forest in this particular location. I'm parked on a side road. So I can either go to the forest over to the right of the car or to the left. The left is where all the pond and the creeks are. So I feel like that's where they'd be at night hunting or getting a drink of water. But my whoop and my barred owl call was actually on the right side of the forest, the right of my car here. So I haven't decided yet, A, if I'm even going to get out of the car, and B, if I do, which way I'm going to go. And I don't know how long I'm going to go, so forgive me if I chicken out and only going for 20 minutes or 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Who knows? It depends what happens, I guess. There's also black bears here. The possibility of cougars, mountain lions, and obviously coyotes and coy wolves. We heard them. My son and I actually did a night investigation here, but I wasn't nearly as scared because I had someone with me. So, but when we did arrive here, I didn't have the audio recorder going right away, and that's a mistake. This time I did. It's actually sitting outside my car right now. With my windows are up right now because I wanted to make this video. But yeah, we heard the coyotes or wolves or whatever it was going crazy when we first got here. And by the time I turned my audio recorder on, got it out of my bag and everything, they stopped. So I believe that was them letting the other Sasquatch know humans are here. But yeah, I have no idea the population here of the Sasquatch. It's just a small little family clan or if there's a bunch here. But yeah, I'm scared shitless right now, to be honest, to go out there. But I'm going to do it. And I'm hopefully proving that I'm not in this for money. A, I haven't made any money. If I'm in this for money, I'm doing a shitty job. B, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be risking my safety to go out here where I know they live. So, yeah, I'm just working up the courage to do it. So, yeah, I have no expectations, like I said, to capture anything. If I do, it's a bonus. But I want answers. I'm doing this because I want the truth. I want to know why we're being lied to by the government. I mean, they lie about everything, about our history, so that's no surprise. But mainly, I want to have a positive interaction with them, hopefully. I mean, I know they don't like humans. They try and avoid us at all costs. I did bring them some peanut butter and an apple. Let's see here. Let me see that. Peanut butter. Only brought one apple because I can't be carrying 50 different things plus a bag of apples. And so I'll leave the peanut butter and apple out. I'll probably put that out right away so I don't have to carry it the whole time. I'll leave it somewhere just inside the forest when I get out of the car. And then I was kind of thinking on the way back, then I can see if it's gone or not, if they took it. Yeah, that's about it. We'll get out of the car soon, and I have one flashlight, one headlamp. I have a thermal camera, but the problem is the thermal camera connects to the USB on my phone. So I'm kind of afraid if I put the thermal camera on, it's going to lose the video. I have to stop the video and do that, and I'm only going to be able to see in thermal. And if anything happens, I hear something coming up, I'm going to be like scrambling to turn on the recording, the camera again and turn the thermal off. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to use that or not yet. But what else do I got? I got a knife for protection. I got some coyote spray. I need to get some bear spray because it's twice as powerful. Extra batteries. I'm going to bring batteries with me because I know they can drain the batteries. So just in case, I have like 8 extra batteries. I think that's probably all I'm going to bring. I do have a, what do you call it? The night vision binoculars, but I don't think I'm going to use that tonight because I don't have a lot of pockets and I don't want to carry a lot of stuff. I want to leave the backpack here. Yeah, I'm just going to go in and, like I said, just listen. I probably won't even talk much because I'll be probably too scared to talk. I'll be too busy listening for them. Any crunching coming towards me, any whoops, wood knocks, stuff like that. And I'll know if they're around. I'll feel their presence. I felt their presence before. And mine spoke. I don't know if they could understand me, but in my head I said to them, okay, I can take a hint, I'm leaving. And I turned around and walked out. That was a different place. About an hour from here. But yeah, and they were cloaked, 100%. There was nothing there when they snapped the twigs right in front of me twice. Yeah, so yeah, that's the plan for tonight. And hopefully I make it out safe. I'm going to have to text my wife and just let her know where I am in case anything happens, because I just kind of did this on a whim. After, like I said, I was walking my dog at 2 a.m. and I was like, it's such a calm, perfect night for this. When there's no wind, so the audio, anything the audio captures, it'll be perfect. Also, I can hear anything that's coming at me, crunching on the ground. It's just whenever there's a really windy night, I just don't go out because the audio won't hear anything. But tonight, it's so calm. When I had the windows down a few minutes ago, you could hear a pin drop here. It's so quiet. So if anything's around, I'll hear it or I'll feel it. Just hopefully they're peaceful. Hopefully they're not the Nephilim or descendants of the Nephilim. And yeah, just hopefully they're peaceful and they're not pissed off that I'm bothering them in their home at night. Another person left a comment that, oh, what are you doing? Bothering them in their home and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I get it. I felt the same way initially, and I'm always respectful for them. I always tell them my intentions. I always introduce myself, let them know I'm not here to harm them. Not like I could harm them anyways, but let them know my intentions are good. I'm just here for a hike, or I'm here out of curiosity. I just want to, have an interaction with you guys if you're willing. And if not, no problem, I'll leave. But I just kind of feel the vibes out and go from there. So, I mean, that's all. That's what we are. That's humans, and all living creatures are. Oh, my battery doesn't die here. My car, leaving the light on too long. We're receivers and transmitters of frequencies and vibrations. So you can, when you get that feeling, that gut feeling, or those goosebumps on your arms, that's something there. That means there's something there, whether it's cloaking or not. There's something in the area sending you that frequency, which gives you those goosebumps. And I've had it a couple times before, only like twice in my life, where I kind of felt fear and I had to leave. So yeah, so I just listen to my intuition and the vibes. And if I get bad vibes, I leave. If I don't, then I stay. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do this. Maybe I won't even post this, because if I don't post this, it means I didn't do it, because I chickened out. But yeah, I'm going to try anyways. I'll try my best. So I'm going to walk in with the flashlight and kind of feel the vibes out. If I'm getting a bad vibe, then I'll turn around and go back to the car and probably leave. If not, then I'll just keep going as far as I can before I chicken out. So yeah. Okay, enough of me rambling. Let's get out and start walking. I'm going to stop the video and restart it when I get out of the car. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see the moon up there, but it's a super foggy night. 4 a.m. November 7th, Friday. Alright, we're going to start our little hike. And we'll play it by ear. See how far we get. So quiet you can hear a pin drop right now. I got the peanut butter and the apple. It's part of the Bruce Trail here. Which goes about almost 1,000 kilometers from Niagara Falls to Tobermory, Ontario. So we're at a conservation area here where I know they live. And like I said in the car, I'm scared shitless. But I'm still doing it because my curiosity outweighs my fear. At least it does for now. I'm kind of afraid to go too far from the car because if anything happens or I hear them, it's a long way back. I've never had them follow me out or anything like that before. At the other location where I know they live, where I go camping with my son every year, they go in behind our campsite every single night. I know their routine. I know exactly what time they're coming and going. So that's a little different. Here, I have no clue. Don't even know if they're here this time of year. But if I had to guess, I would say they are. Okay. Just trying to find a spot to put this peanut butter down. Maybe on a log or something. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it right here so I can not have to carry it so far. Okay, guys, here's the peanut butter in the log close to the car. And we'll leave the apple. Where's the apple? There it is. Leave the apple on this log right beside it on the other side of the trail. So there's the apple. There's the peanut butter. Okay. Switches. Yeah, you probably can't even see my face on the dual camera, so that's kind of pointless to even have that. There's no light shining on me. I don't know if I want to do any calls, any barred owl calls or anything like that, because I also don't want to, or deer calls, I don't want to attract other predators like a bear or a cougar. Maybe try a wood knock or something. I mean, it's kind of pointless. If they're here, they know I'm here anyways. It's very peaceful here, actually. Just such a perfect night. So quiet. Not a mile of wind. Perfectly calm. Just about to do a whistle, and then I remembered you're not supposed to whistle in the forest at night. Yeah, it's one thing to go out and do a night investigation by yourself alone. at a place where you have no idea if they live, but when you know they live somewhere for sure, that is fucking freaky. I hate the pine trees because you can't see if something's hiding behind them. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Because I just want answers. I mean, even if they're here, I'm not going to get answers. Other than they're here. It's not like they're going to tell me what they are, which is what I'm looking for. Man, there seems to be a lot more pine trees than I remember last time. Looking up in the tree. They always say look up. Most people don't look up. They could easily be in a tree. Probably not at night though. They're probably out hunting or playing, doing what they do. All right, I'm gonna introduce myself, let them know my intentions if they are here. Hello, my friends. Are you here? I mean you no harm. My name is Jake. I'm a friend. I'm just a curious human. I'm nobody. I know you're real. I know you're Sasquatch. It's okay. I mean you no harm. I brought you a gift. I brought you some peanut butter and an apple. It's just down the trail here if you want it. You can grab it when I leave if you want. I'm just going to go for a hike, if you don't mind, in your home. If you don't want me here, just let me know. Give me a sign and I'll leave. But I'd love to communicate with you guys if you are here. If you'd like to talk or give me a sign that you're here, maybe a tree knock or a whoop. And please don't hurt me. I mean you no harm. I'm friendly. And don't worry, I won't shine the light in your face. I know you don't like the camera or the light. God, I pray the flashlight doesn't die. Man, yeah, I don't remember all these pine trees last time. A lot of places for them to hide. Sure there's nothing behind me. Yeah, like I said, if they're here, there's no way I'm going to see them anyways. I'll only hear them, that's it. They'll either stay far enough out of the light or they'll cloak. They could be right beside me right now. I'd have no idea. Look at that arch. It's a giant friggin' tree there. Very thick. I don't know how well the camera's picking this up this far away in the dark. But yeah, there's lots of arches in here. Found some tree blinds, tree structures. Huh. Super quiet. Haven't heard nothing yet. I guess that's kind of a good thing. Good and bad. I mean, I do want to know if they're here full time. And I would like to just communicate with them if it's friendly. I mean, this is a huge place. This all connects to the Bruce Trail, like I said, that goes 1,000 kilometers. So they could be here, but just not, maybe not in this exact location, right? They could be a mile or a couple miles down the trail, or yeah, I'm not sure how far I want to go here. Like I said, once I get too deep in the woods, it's a long way back. And this is a trail that I was whooped on, or whooped at on. Oh, that was me doing that crunch. Obviously, like I said, if they're here, they know I'm here. They can see my flashlight and they can hear me walking. And I'm sure they heard my car and me talking a few minutes ago. I need to get a better flashlight so it shows up better at night on the camera. I just put fresh batteries in right now, but still, it's not the best. I'm not getting a feeling or a vibe yet that they're here. It's just so damn quiet here, man. It's peaceful, but at the same time, it's kind of spooky. Oh shit, I forgot to text my wife I'm here. I didn't want to let her know because she'd flip out if she knew I was doing this by myself. So I thought, I'll tell her once I'm here, then she can't do anything. It's the first bridge over this tiny little dried up creek. Oh my god, look at that break. That's a friggin' giant tree. Okay, there's the first sign of something. It sounds like a dog barking, but problem with that is there's no fucking houses around here. Or it's a coyote, I don't know. Sounds more like a dog to me. It sounds pretty far away, like a mile or two, so yeah, look at that tree break. I don't know if you can see that. That's a giant friggin' tree. It's probably not showing up. Look at that, straight across. And then 90 degrees straight down. A little wood bridge. Somewhere over there is where I found a tree structure last summer. I highly doubt the camera's picking up that dog or coyote or wolf or whatever the hell it is. I can hear it with my ears, but cell phones aren't great for audio. I left my Tascam recorder, audio recorder, sitting on my car right now, so that if they do go investigate my car while I'm gone, maybe I'll catch something on audio. I noticed one year when I was camping, I had the cell phone in my hand and the audio recorder, and there was a lot of distortion, interference, so I can't really run them both together beside each other. Hello? Okay, I'm hearing the yipping down there. It might be a coyote, or it could be them mimicking a coyote. I'm gonna see if I turn on my headlamp if it shows my face on the dual recording. No, all I see is a headlamp. It's just blinding. All right. I think I'm gonna stop the video here and restart it so I can get rid of the little square at the bottom of the screen that's supposed to show my face, and I'll just show what's in front of me. So hold on, I'm gonna stop the recording and restart it. Okay, there we go. Now we should have full screen without that little box in the corner. There's no point in having that if you can't see my face anyways. Yeah, there's the moon up there. Look at how, I don't know if you can see how foggy it is around the moon, but it's like a spooky, foggy night with a full moon barely coming through. But like I said, not a speck of wind. Perfectly still night. These are the best nights for investigations because you hear every little thing. Fuck, it's like freezing right now. It's at 0 Celsius. My hands are like, my fingers are freezing holding this this camera and flashlight. Well, I've already gone a lot farther than I thought I was going to go. Well, there's a tiny bit of wind. Yeah, that could be, I think, to me that sounds like somebody's dog off in the distance, maybe a couple miles in like a farmhouse or something nearby. This eventually goes up like a big hill, which I don't think I'm gonna go up. Another tree break. Yeah, I apologize if this is boring, guys. I could catch nothing, could catch something. Like there's a tree break. It's 95% of the time you get nothing, but it's 5% of the time that you catch something that it makes it all worth it. There's a tree break right there, about 8 feet up where the break is. Hearing some weird sound to my left. Very faint, but it's like almost like a mechanical sound, like maybe it's some sort of critter. I know witnesses have said they've heard like car doors closing in the middle of the forest where there's no cars for miles, or like a tent zipper zipping up, like they can mimic that sound when there's no tent. So it's pretty crazy what they can mimic. I'd expect there to be some bears out here trying to fatten up for hibernation. We're in November. I left my knife in the car. Obviously the knife's not for the Sasquatch, it's for a bear or a coyote. Oh shit. Okay, there's our first sign. There was something really loud to my right. Uh-oh. I think I woke them up if they were asleep. It's coming from up on the ridge. That's where they usually are. It's like a squeak, giant loud. Okay. I don't know if they're calling to the other ones to let them know if somebody's here, or if I woke them up. Fuck, there's something going on up there. Not far from me, maybe 50 yards to 100 yards. I don't know if I should turn around and go back. Problem is, I don't know what the fuck it is. If it is an animal, I don't know what kind of animal it is. Yes. Try and be quiet. Maybe the phone can pick it up. Maybe if it does a whoop or a barred owl, I'm out of here. Could be an owl. I don't know, but it's not any owl I've heard. Fuck, I don't know if I should go back to the car or if I should keep going forward. I mean, it could just be an owl or a fox, but it could also be them. Shit. Alright, I just heard a crunch. I'm hearing something to my right, little like chirping sounds. I know they do those noises too. Alright, I'm turning around. I'm going to start walking back calmly. I have no idea if that's them. They haven't really, if it is them, they haven't really given me a sign to leave or anything. So I don't know if I'm just being over paranoid or if I should keep going. I did hear a crunch too. Maybe they're coming down to investigate down off the ridge to see who the hell I am and what I'm doing. I'm sure they're curious. Yeah, it's almost like I woke something up there, like it was sleeping. Oh, I see two lights in the trees up there. They just went away. Hold on. Almost like it'd be an owl in the tree, maybe. Maybe it was an owl. It's far away. It's like 100 yards. I just saw two eyes like 100 feet up in a tree, maybe 50 feet up. It's hard to say from this distance. But as soon as I shone the light on it, the eye glow went away. I can't tell. It could be them standing on the ridge in their eyes, or it could be an owl in a tree. It's just too far away for me to say for sure. Oh, okay, I see it again. Oh, now the eyes went away. What the fuck? There's no way the camera's picking this up. It's, yeah, it's a good 50 to 75 yards away. My guess is an owl. The eyes don't look far enough apart for it to be a Sasquatch. Yeah, so I'm gonna go back, like keep going. Not to the car, but deeper in the forest. Because I'm gonna say that was an owl. It didn't make a typical owl sound, but it did some weird chirping sounds. Maybe the phone picked it up, maybe not, but won't know until I get home and review it. But My friggin' fingers are freezing, man. I should have brought gloves. It's a tree break. It's just a small one. Could be anything. Not all tree breaks are them, but there are some obvious ones that are them. Yeah, so far I haven't felt anything. No fear, well, I mean, I got fear, natural fear of just walking in the forest, but knowing they live here, but no feelings of imminent danger or that they're around. Doesn't mean they're not, though. It's another tree break. They could just see somebody walking in the woods with a flashlight and just being perfectly still and quiet till they leave. Yeah, it's a big ridge up there. They usually like to be up high for obvious reasons. Better vantage point to see humans coming. It's crazy, man. Crazy to think that there are 7 to potentially 12-foot hominid type beings, probably part human, if you believe the DNA study done by Malvo Ketchum and David Pilatus, which I do. 100 samples sent in from all over North America or the world, I can't remember. But the mitochondrial DNA, the mother's side came back as human, and the father's side, the nuclear DNA, came back as unknown. Well, it's impossible for DNA to be unknown because every animal's DNA is in the data bank. So if it's unknown, it means it's not from this earth or something we haven't captured yet. Which would make sense if you believe in the Nephilim theory, the fallen angels that came down and mated with human women. So maybe these are the offspring of the Nephilim. Yeah, up there's a hill. That way goes down to the pond in the swampy marsh area where I think they live. And this is kind of where I was whooped at the one day, up the hill a little bit more. All right, let's go up the hill, I guess. What the hell, I'm already here. It's already a long way back to the car. If anything's going to happen to me, I'm screwed anyways. Might as well keep going. I don't know. Life's short, man. Sometimes you got to push past your fears. It took me 50 years to do this. In fact, I didn't even have my first supernatural encounter until I was 40. 40 years on this planet. Never saw a ghost or a UFO or a Sasquatch. And when I was 40, I saw my first UFO. About 100 feet above the trees. A giant triangle, and it was cloaking. It was invisible. I was delivering the papers at the time, the newspapers at night, and I just dropped off a paper, and I turned around and started walking back to the car, and something caught the corner of my eye. And I looked up and I saw a V formation. So automatically my mind went to a flock of birds flying in a V formation. But the closer I looked, and this was about 4 or 5 a.m., it was the summertime. So it was like dawn. The sky was just starting to get blue. And I could barely see this, but you could see the outline of a V formation. Literally about the size of a football field. It was massive. Going down above my street, actually. And yeah, the only way I can describe it is translucent. It blended in with the blue sky so perfectly, almost like when you play a video game, when you're cloaking in a video game. But you as a viewer can still see that you're cloaked. But it's also invisible. Like, I don't know if it's government technology, military technology, or if alien technology, right? No idea. All I'm saying is what I saw. I'm not saying aliens are real or whatever. No idea. But I mean, Sasquatch are real, so I got to be open to everything. But I know what I saw, and I saw a giant triangle craft making no sound, probably flying about 60 kilometers an hour, just 100 feet above the trees. And then it flew towards the escarpment, which is by my house. And I lost it over the trees. And it was gone. But I saw it for a good 10 seconds. Made no noise. There was no exhaust, no fumes, It was just dead silent, moving perfectly still. In a giant triangle the size of a football field. No lights. Looked very much like a boomerang. And then I didn't have my first Sasquatch encounter until I was 45, camping at a provincial park here in Ontario with my family. And we were whooped at about 50 times behind our tent at around 3 a.m. And also, they spoke to us. The guy said one word. It was definitely a male. It was the most loudest, bassiest voice I ever heard. It was something like, Nayagawa, but super loud. Anyways, I've told this story many times on other videos, so I won't bore you, but might as well talk and kill time. It also helps with my nerves. Distracts me, so I'm not so afraid. Yeah, this is, I don't know. It's kind of pointless to keep going further because I'm not, like I said, maybe they're just not right here. Or maybe they are and they're just being dead silent, but I'm not getting a vibe. So what I might do is go back to the car and then go across the road to the other side of the forest where the all the ponds are and the creeks and stuff where the water is. Because that would make sense if they're out at night getting water or hunting over there where the deer and stuff would be getting water. That's where the Sasquatch would be if they're hunting them. So we'll walk down there, see what happens. But I'm not getting a vibe on this side of the forest. Which I guess is a good thing. I just want a nice, peaceful interaction with them. I don't want to be scared. I don't want to scare them. Obviously, I'm not going to scare them. But you know what I mean. They don't know who I am or my intentions. Other than what I told them, but, you know, they don't know me to trust me, so. What am I doing? Why am I whistling? Native Americans say don't whistle in the forest, especially if you're by yourself. Evil things will follow you. Is that true or folklore? Who knows, but I don't want to find out. Maybe when I get closer to the car, I'll do a couple wood knocks. I'm still a good 10 minutes away from the car, so I don't want to do it now and have them come in when I'm too far from the car. I know. I'm brave, but I'm not that brave. I guess we'll check the peanut butter and the apple on the way out. I mean, if that's gone, I'm probably out of here. Because that means they're here. Nothing else can have hands to pick up the peanut butter and carry it away. An apple, sure. You know, raccoon or bear or anything could eat an apple, a deer. But nothing else is picking up a jar of peanut butter. I mean, maybe like something that can move it a few feet, but if it's completely gone, then yeah, has to be them. Hello? Hello, my friends. Anybody here with me? Nothing to be afraid of. I'm a friend. I know you don't know me, but I'm just curious. I'd love to learn more about you guys. I've had some encounters with you here and at a couple other locations. If you'd want to communicate with me, I'd love to sit down and talk with you about anything you want. And don't worry, I'll never give up your location. I know this is your home. I respect you and I respect your home. I feel like you guys aren't here right now. I don't feel your presence. But if you are here, feel free to give me a sign. Don't worry, I'm not afraid. I mean, maybe a little bit, if I'm being honest, but I welcome an interaction with you guys. Peaceful interaction. Is that you? I heard some crunching. Feel free to come close. If you want a cloak, that's fine. Just please don't scare me or hurt me. I mean you no harm. All right. Not feeling nothing. We'll keep walking. I am hearing something behind me, very subtle. My name is Jake. I live about an hour from here. Let me know if you guys want. I can bring you more gifts whenever you want. I heard you like apples and peanut butter. Is there anything else you'd like me to bring you? Guess not. Yeah, I'm sorry if this is a little boring, guys. It's not boring for me. I'm scared shitless. But I'm sure it's boring for the viewer. But you never know until you get out there, right? I could sit at the couch like all the people at home are doing, and making negative comments on my YouTube channel, being a Monday morning quarterback. But if you want answers, you got to throw yourself in the deep end sometimes and get over your fears, push past your fears, and go where they are at night. Go find a forest. Go look online if you want to have an encounter with them. What I do is I just go Google Sasquatch sightings near me or in my area or in Ontario. And then when I find some, I look deeper. I go on Google Earth and I look at that location and see is it possible for them to go there? Does it connect to other forests? Does it connect to other green spaces? Does it connect to hydrocuts, train tracks, creeks, stuff like that? If it does, then I go there. I hike it during the day. I explore. I look for signs. I look for prints. I look for tree structures. Anything obvious. You listen. Observe. Are you hearing any wood knocks? Any barred owl calls that are super loud? I don't know why they only mimic the barred owl, but it's always the barred owl. So I would go on YouTube if you don't know what they sound like and hear them. Listen to them. They also mimic coyotes, and I've even heard them mimic cows and Canadian geese in the middle of the forest. So they can pretty much do a lot of things, mimic a lot of things. Am I going the right way? Yeah, so that's basically what I do. And then if I find anything, any tree structures that are obvious, or a footprint or whatever, like I found here, then I'll leave an audio recorder out, a couple of them in different locations, and then I'll come back in a day or two and pick them up and review them. My audio recorder goes for 18 hours. That's how long the batteries last. It's a Tascam DR05X. Awesome recorder. You can get one on Amazon for like, I think around $175 Canadian. And yeah, it'll pick up a pin drop from like a mile away. I hate friggin' walking by pine trees. There could be something right beside you, just on the other side of the pine tree, and you wouldn't even know it. So, oh shit. I almost tripped. I gotta keep an eye on the ground too when I'm walking. Lots of roots and rocks here. Hello? Anybody there? I mean you no harm. Give me a sign if you're there. Tree knock, a whoop, whatever you want. You can throw something, just don't hit me, please. There's the moon. Yeah, strange. I'm not feeling nothing. Maybe they aren't here. Maybe they migrate in the winter somewhere further north, or I don't know. But I think when they have a beautiful home like this, where they have everything they need, ponds and creeks, and it's an unpopulated area, so I think they tend to stay in those areas all winter. Could be wrong. Just my speculation, based on the other location 2 hours from here, where I know they're there in the winter because I've hiked it and I've had them do the barred owl calls during the daytime, hiking around the lake. Really loud though. Definitely wasn't a barred owl. So yeah, if you want to search for them yourselves, that's how I do it. And then if I capture anything on audio, then obviously they're there. And even if I don't, all the other signs, the tree structures or tracks, I know they're there as well. So I'll just keep going back every so often to these locations and exploring. And the more you go there, the more chances, obviously, you're gonna have an interaction or a whoop or a wood knock. And if you can get the courage, eventually start doing night investigations. I recommend going with somebody else, but I also kind of feel like they didn't give us anything last time I came here because I was with my son. I feel like you got better odds of them approaching if you're by yourself. So that's kind of why I'm doing this. Make no mistake, I'm scared shitless, but I don't know, the more you do it, the easier it gets, I think. Unless you have like a crazy, horrible experience. Then you're probably not going to want to come back, but until that happens, or if that ever happens, I'm going to continue doing this. And just hopefully collect evidence for people to let them know. Shit, what was that? Somebody just fell out of the tree. There's no wind. So let people know that they do exist. Okay, the peanut butter and the apple are still there. I mean, one hand, I don't want people knowing they are real because I don't want too many people exploring. But the government already knows, and those are the only people we really gotta fear. Although there are idiot hunters that will go and shoot them. Yeah, everything's still there. I'm just gonna leave it. If they want it, they can have it. If not, no problem. Some other critter will get it. Alright. We're approaching the car. Nothing happened on this side of the forest. Whoops. Almost tripped again. It's hard when you're trying to point the camera and look into the forest, but also watch your step and not trip. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, there's some giant 100-foot trees in here. Definitely never been logged in here. There's too many, especially on the other side of the road where the water is, there's too many valleys, and to get any trucks or equipment in there, it goes down 100 feet in some areas. Back at the car. Alright, I gotta take a leak, and then I'm gonna cross the road there to where the creeks are. See if my audio recorder's still there. Yep. I just kind of left it by the passenger mirror here, recording. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. Okay, I gotta take a leak. Some leaves falling out of this tree in front of me. The canopy's so thick at the top I can't see if there's anything in there. Probably just a squirrel or raccoon or something. There we go. Yeah, up to this tree here. Way up there, shit's falling down. It's the only movement we've had so far. Every time I come here, right over here on the side of the road, there's always a porcupine walking in here. But I don't hear him today. Alright. Let's go to the other side of the road where the water is. Probably a 10-15 minute hike before I get to the first creek. Like I said, I have no idea how far I'm going. Maybe they're over on this side, and maybe we'll get some activity on this side. Maybe they're down by the water. Okay. Well, here There was nothing. Alright, camera's still going. It's tight. Yeah, last time I did the night investigation here with my son, we went this way. We didn't explore where I just explored. Yeah, that giant arch is still there. Wow. There's a giant arch there. You can't really tell. There's be a lot of tree fall since the last time I was here. I really gotta watch my footing here. I'll watch the ground because there's a lot more rocks and roots on this side of the trail. I don't know. I don't know how loud I'm talking. Hopefully the mic on the phone is picking this up. I can hear the water from here. It's a little more risky on this side of the trail too with the water because there could also be bears and cougars and stuff getting a drink. Down a little hill. And hopefully I make it out alive because nobody knows where I am. I mean, I'm sure we'll find my car eventually and could identify me that way through the license plate. Wow, man, so many tree breaks in here. Yeah, I googled it and there's definitely bears here, black bears in this area. I don't know, who knows where they are at any point, but hopefully most black bears are timid, unless it's a mama with their cubs, obviously, then you got problems. But if it's just a solo black bear, they usually see you or hear you coming and they turn and run. Hopefully that is the case. There's a giant arch. Yeah, you can see my breath. There he is. Yeah, you can see the in the light there. I can hear the water now. I'm going to turn off the light for a sec just so you can get an idea of how dark it is. I can barely see with my eyes the silhouettes just because there's a little bit of moonlight. But other than that, it's pitch black. It's got to be close to 5 a.m. I think I started walking around 4 a.m. Oh shit, what was that? Something fell from the tree up ahead and a branch cracked. Oh man, what the hell am I doing? Sometimes I wonder. Like I said, not in this for the money, not in this for any other reason than because I've had several encounters with them, including cloaking, and I've always been a curious person and always interested in the mysteries of life, always asking the questions, what the hell are we? Why are we here? What is our purpose? Why are we lied to about our history? It's just, I have a burning desire to know these things. I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but I don't know if that's normal. I think it's normal for a lot of people. And there's other people that just go about their life every day, never questioning anything, never just watching reality TV and going to work and coming home every day. I don't know. I did that for years, and I think once you hit 50, I just turned 50 this year, you start to realize how short life really is. And I want answers. Answers to my questions that I'll probably never get. But at least I'm gonna fucking try. That's all I can do. Go out in the real world, in the forest, explore and experience. Take, necessary precautions. Make sure you got extra batteries, make sure you got extra lights, make sure you got some sort of protection, whether that's a knife, a gun, bear spray, all the above. Unfortunately, here in Canada, I do have my gun license, but I got a couple years ago. But you're not allowed to have handguns. And you're not the only spot, if you do have handguns, if you got in before they banned them, if you're grandfathered in, the only place you're allowed to use them is at a gun range. So, the only thing we're allowed to bring in the forest is a rifle or a shotgun. And that's only on Crown land, not here at a conservation area. There's no hunting here. So, yeah, unfortunately I can't bring a gun in here. So, and I'm pretty sure you're not even allowed to have a knife, a blade longer than like 2 inches or something. But you are allowed bear spray. Not allowed pepper spray in Canada, which is kind of silly, but you can have bear spray. I don't understand the difference. But nothing makes sense in Canada. Our government is pretty messed up here. We're literally becoming communist China. But I'm gonna try and stay away from politics on this channel. And try and keep this mainly to Sasquatch. Alright, we're almost out of the water. Oh shit. Almost tripped again. Yeah, here's a bridge. No bicycles. Well, the water's running pretty good right now. Yeah, last time I was here, I came around 8 a.m. and a bunch of mountain bikes went through here in pitch black with their headlights on. And I guess that's why they came at night, because it says right here on the sign, no bicycles. So obviously they got to come at night when there's no hikers. So after that, I haven't come that early. I always come after midnight just to make sure there's going to be no people here. There's the water. Hopefully my phone doesn't fall in. This is one of the creeks here, one of the smaller ones. But as you can hear, it's flowing pretty good. Yeah, I don't know how far I'm going to go in here, because this is the scary side. This is the side where I can't hear things around me because the water's so loud. And where you have like 100-foot valleys and stuff that you got to walk down. So if I'm stuck down there and they come, or a cougar or a bear, I'm way too far from the car by myself. I did it with my son, but that's because I had somebody with me. So we'll go a little further. Super rocky down here. Watch my step. Leaves are a little damp too and slippery. Yeah. Creek's all flowing downhill. Yeah, I mean, part of me doesn't want anything to happen, because that'll be pretty scary, but another part of me does. A, for you guys, for the viewer. Otherwise, I'm just posting a fucking hiking video at night in the dark. And the whole purpose is to have experiences with them. Hopefully positive. And to capture evidence, obviously. I would love to get a whoop on audio like that. First year I went camping out at Provincial Park, we had the 50 whoops. And ever since then, we haven't. And I think it's because I knew we didn't have any recorders. I didn't even know they were there. I didn't even know they were real at that point. I was open-minded, but I thought if they are real, they're in the Pacific Northwest, not in Ontario, Canada. So I think they can sense technology, cameras, recorders. Our cell phones were completely dead from the GPS ride on the way up. And we were staying at a non-electric site, so we couldn't charge them. And then, of course, at 3 in the morning, they whoop 50 times, and we have no way to record it. But after that, of course, I buy audio recorders and thermal cameras and everything, and then we don't get nothing after that. Well, that's not true. I did capture them doing the barred owl for 12 minutes straight, and I posted it on one of my YouTube videos. I believe it's called Surrounded in Our Tent by 800-Pound Owls. But again, it's best with headphones. Also this year, my son and I left an audio recorder at the 2 lakes that we found in the forest where we think they're going to every night behind our site. And I did capture their vocals. I'm 99.9% sure it's them, because I've compared it to every other animal in Ontario and nothing makes that sound. And nothing's even around there like a moose or anything in that area. I Googled it, so it was definitely them. And it was strange sounds I've never heard before. And we couldn't hear it from our tents, because our tent is exactly 4,000 feet to those 2 lakes. So I didn't hear it with my naked ears, but we left the recorder down by the lakes. So when I retrieved it the next day, and when we got home from the trip, I reviewed it all. And after about like 10 hours, I caught them doing the audio around 2 a.m. to 3 a.m., something like that. I hate when there's so much bush and pine trees like this. They could literally be right behind it, 10 feet away from me, or any animal. Last time we were here, my son said he heard a growl in his ear, and there was nothing there, and I didn't hear it. Yeah, this one would be, if I had to run back to the car, there's too many friggin' roots and rocks. I'd be tripping everywhere. It's a lot different forest on this side than the other side of the road where I just was. It's more flat over there and less rocks. All right. All right. I know this is stupid, and if they're here, they know I'm here anyways. But why not? I'm here. I'm probably going to turn around and go back soon. So I think I'm going to do a whoop and a wood knock and wait and listen for a few seconds, see what happens. I'm sure nothing will happen, but again, why not? It can't hurt. I just got to find a stick that I can use to knock a tree. Well, let's do some whoops first while I'm looking for the stick. Whoop! I feel like I'm losing my voice. That was terrible. Whoop! Woo! Right over here is where I found that 16-inch track. 2 of them actually. And I made a video on it called Bigfoot Tracks. Pretty simple title, but pretty self-explanatory. It's only like less than 2 minutes long, but if you want to check that out and see the track, the 2 tracks. So they're definitely here. I just don't know if they're here right now. I'm not hearing anything, any replies back or any crashing coming towards me yet, which I suppose is a good thing. All right, let me find a stick and do a tree knock. It's hard to find a good stick here that's not too big or too small. What do we got? What do we got? It's crazy. There's so many sticks on the ground, but none the right size. All right, let me try this one. Most of these are probably dead. Oh yeah, this one's soft and dead. Yep. Shit. That one was completely exploded when I hit the tree, but it's all like soft and wet, so you didn't hear nothing. I gotta find something dry. Is it still going? Yeah, almost at an hour. An hour on this side, because I stopped the recorder when I crossed the road there, or earlier. Okay. Man, I cannot find the damn stick. It's gotta be something. All right. Oh shit. Walk a little further till I find a stick. Let's see if this one's any good. Oh man, this one's soaking wet too. We'll give it a try. All right. Okay, that was pretty good. All right, if nothing replies, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night and start heading back to the car. We'll give it a few seconds. Yeah, if they don't reply, then clearly they don't want to come out and play. Or they're just not here tonight. can hear a car off in the distance, but these are all like countryside roads. We are in the middle of nowhere here, really. All right, we're gonna start heading back. I'm not getting any vibes tonight. I don't feel any presence, which I apologize, it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Can't control when they're here or when they're not, but they definitely are here for sure in the spring and in the fall and the summer. I mean, I won't feel perfectly comfortable until I'm in the car with the door shut. I still got a good 15-minute hike back, so not safe yet. I mean, there's so much area to explore in here. Well, I could have went for hours, but I don't know. Like I said, by myself, I don't feel super safe as it is, so I like trying different ways of doing it. The last night investigation I did a couple weeks ago at the teepee, I tried to just stay in one location, have a little campfire, and then hope their curiosity would draw them in. But like I said, I have no idea if they're even at that location or if that teepee is even built by them or man-made. So, but here I know 100% they're here. So yeah, this, I don't know, it's kind of, everything's too damp and wet to really have a fire. And cold. It also helps when you're walking and moving to stay warm. So I thought just walk around with a flashlight and explore. I got a creek again. One of the many creeks here. Oh, now I'm hearing shit over there. But I can't tell what it is because the water's drowning out the noise. All right. I can actually get up onto the road from right here, which I think I'm going to do instead of walking back the way I came through the forest. Just kind of want to get out of here in one piece. Well, sorry guys, I did my best. We'll just have to do another one. I wanted to kind of come tonight because I knew it would be one of the last warm nights of the year. And by warm, I don't mean warm, it's still freezing. It's 0 degrees, shit. Whoa. God damn it. Just climbing up an incline there, it was all muddy. Okay. On the road. Like a 5-minute hike to the car. For some reason, you just feel safer on a road than in the forest. Even though you got forest to your left, forest to your right. Well, as boring as it was for you guys, I still had fun. I know, it's fun testing your fears sometimes too. Last time I forgot my audio recorder. It fell off the car and I drove away. I drove about 10 minutes down the road and I realized I had to come back and get it. So hopefully this time I remember. Who knows, maybe we caught something on the audio recorder at the car. I doubt it though, I didn't hear nothing. It's crazy. I thought for sure they'd be out tonight. It's such a calm, peaceful night with no wind. I mean, like I said, maybe they are, but this trail goes 1,000 kilometers, so they could be anywhere. They could be 10 kilometers away. Who knows? Maybe they come back here at night, but they go far away to hunt at night and then come back. That's the problem. People say like, oh, we would have caught them by now, or people would see them. Well, you're not going to see them unless you go out in the middle of the night, because that's when they're moving. So unless you put yourself in their environment and do what I'm doing, and even when you do, they know you're there. So they're, most of the times, they're just going to remain silent till you leave. There's my headlights way down there. So yeah, of course, they're not going to you're not going to see them. Especially if they know you have a camera. Keep their distance. I mean, really, if I really want to have an experience, I'd come in here with no camera and just a flashlight. Then they'd approach you more likely. But I don't know. I think I'd be too afraid to do that. The camera gives you a false sense of security, I guess. One thing they don't seem to mind, either they can't sense it, or they don't give a shit, is an audio recorder. They'll do vocals, they'll whoop, if there's an audio recorder around, but if there's a camera, forget about it. Trail cam, cell phone, whatever. But an audio recorder, maybe they just can't sense it, or like I said, they just don't care, because it's plausible deniability. You don't have a picture of them or a video, so they probably know that, especially when they're mimicking other animals, that it's plausible deniability, right? People would just think it's just a coyote, it's just an owl. It's anything, right? It's a human. So maybe that's why they don't mind the audio recorders. Yeah, wow, very quiet night. I feel like some people might think that was a waste of time, but it's always a learning experience. And it also is just one more time that I'm getting over my fear. Every time it gets easier. Every night investigation I do, the next one gets a little easier. So I don't consider it a waste of time. I'll probably post this video anyways, even though it's boring as hell. I don't do clickbait. I don't pretend I caught something if I didn't. So if people want to watch an hour, 2 hours of me hiking in the woods at night, they can. If not, no worries. But you don't need to leave negative comments. Unless you're willing to go in the forest and do the same thing, like, I don't want to hear it. Not that I care what other people think. There's always trolls and keyboard warriors, and 99% of the people are, respectful and good. I appreciate you watching and supporting my channel. And speaking of that, even though it's not about the money, because I haven't made a damn penny. Well, I'll even show you receipts. I have no problem. I'll show you a screenshot. I've made $413 that I haven't even been able to access yet, because in order to access your money, you got to make $100 minimum in 1 month. So I haven't even ever made $100 in 1 month. So that $413 is still sitting in my YouTube account. I can't touch it until I make $100. So, and I don't even care, because that's not my goal. Okay, something's crashing over there. Thank God I'm right by the car. Someone charges me on hopping in the car. And now something comes as soon as we leave, as soon as we're about to leave. Hello? Somebody there? Let's go walk over and take a look. I know I'm braver when I'm close to the car. The one year when they cloaked outside my tent, and there should have been something there, and then I heard running in the forest in all directions. I friggin' chased them out into the forest about 100 feet where I left the gift basket. I didn't even care. So at that point I was just so pissed that they're cloaking and avoiding me. So I just went in the middle of the forest and started talking to them and said, I know you're there, I know you're Sasquatch. I mean you no harm. If you guys want food, come back to my tent tonight and I'll leave some food out for you, which I did. But yeah. Well, if you guys don't want to come talk, I'm gonna leave. I'd love to just say hi and meet you. My name's Jake. I'm just a friend. I mean you no harm. I've met you guys before and I've had many experiences with you guys. I know you can cloak. If you want to come closer, feel free. I have no weapons and I mean you no harm. I'm just here out of curiosity. Would love to talk and meet you guys and know what you are. And yeah, I'm hearing some subtle sounds like leaves crunching. Now there's a slight breeze actually. All right, well, have a good night. I gotta go. I left you an apple and some peanut butter on the other side of the forest there, on the trail if you want. Okay, till we meet again, guys. I'll be back another time soon. Hopefully you guys will be here next time, if you're not here now. All right, guys, I think we're gonna end it here. Grab my audio recorder. Oops. Okay. Well, good news, the car started. I was worried the battery might be dead after using the interior light for the first part of the video. Okay, well, thanks for coming along this little adventure. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one.
Turtle Island Sasquatch.